Good students, another question to solve. Look at that particular question. They're saying solve. That is x squared minus x minus 6 equals to 0. You're told to solve. The question is open. That means you can use any method of your choice. Now, to solve this particular question, sometimes remember factorization approach may fail if you don't have the two factors. But for this case, I want us to look at how can I solve this particular question. Let's try using a factor method or factorization method. First of all, realize that this particular equation is a quadratic equation where the coefficient of x squared is 1, b, the coefficient of x is -1, and c is -6. So to get the product is SC, which is 1 times -6, giving us -6, and the sum is b, which is giving us -1. Now, are there two numbers that if you multiply the two numbers, you get 6 negative, and if you sum them, you get -1. I guess the two numbers for that case is 3 and 2, but one of them must be a negative, so -3 and 2. Now, once you have the two numbers, then it's wise to break this one, where this you can break the number at the center. You'll talk of x squared plus into -3 plus 2 into x minus 6 equals to 0. So you can see I've taken the two factors and broken this number at the center, and therefore I'm going to end up with this one being, let's see, if I expand this, I'll have x squared as the first one, and then minus, because plus and minus will be minus 3x, then plus 2x minus 6 equals to 0. Now, by look of things, I've already expounded this, so I can use by grouping method to factorize this by grouping. And for the first group, x is common. I take it out. X is common, so if I take x out, I remain with x minus 3. The second one is 2 is common. If I take it, I remain with x minus 3 is equals to 0. Once you're at that point, we can group this and this to have x plus 2. Then I can take one of them because they are similar under the bracket, and I'm going to have x minus 3 equals to 0. Once I've factorized, remember this, if you have two numbers p multiplied by q equals to 0, then it simply means that either p equals to 0 or q equals to 0, or both. And therefore, for this case, it means x plus 2 equals to 0 or x minus 3 equals to 0. And if that is the case, therefore it means that x, if I take this one to the other side, is -2, or x, if I take this one to the other side, will be +3. And therefore, the values of x are -2 or 3. Now, these ones are the solution to that quadratic equation. And that's how step by step you can easily solve that particular quadratic equation. Remember to be my student to enjoy more of this lesson. Subscribe so that you can be notified. Thank you and be blessed.